Every step is going to have a little bonus item, a little bonus, a bonus of sorts. Today I'm going to show you 3 different levels of makeup application that I use, and I'm going to call them Bare, Medium, and Fancy. They all start with the same skincare base, which I'm going to show you right now. So these are 2 different facial toners that I like. I also use a serum with zinc and niacinamide. Then I use a gel moisturizer on top of that, and then a basic SPF daily lotion. I'm going to start with these already on my face, but later on in the video I will show you how I apply them. This is my bare face with just the serum, toner, and lotions that I just talked about. And my first look is going to be bare face, bare face. That's what people think when you're wearing good makeup. What do I mean by light or bare makeup? I mean barely anything. Like if you're going to go to the gym, and you know, I used to judge women who put makeup on to go to the gym, and now I am one of these women. Do you know why? Because it feels good to look better at the gym. You know, I don't really have eyebrows right here, as you might notice. I'm a product of the 90s. I never came back. You know, you could have worse problems in this life, but this is my very minor problem, and I feel better when it's filled in. So I just want to show you a product that if you too would like to have eyebrows on when you go to the gym, or you're going to do something active like swimming or even camping. I know it sounds weird to put on your eyebrows for camping, but people take pictures. This is my new favorite thing, and this is made, look at me doing this is Revlon Color Stay Semi-Permanent Brow Ink, okay. And this is in blonde. I am not blonde, but I bought the brunette of this and it was pretty intense. You do have to give this a shake. It looks a lot like liquid liner. You have to draw on the individual hairs. Some of you might be better at this than others. I had to learn because of this, and I need it to look better. So this stuff stays on like crazy. You don't want to assume it's going to stay on for days. What I love about this stuff is that I can lightly put on an eyebrow under here, and it will stay on even when I sweat. It would stay on all day. It would even stay on all night, you know, if you have some place to go, ladies. And you would still have it on in the morning very lightly. So this is pretty great stuff. So I get blonde because I'm going for a bare-faced look. We can't be having fully penciled in eyebrows and nothing else. That's going to look ridiculous. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pencil in this side, and you're going to see the difference. Okay, so I start with the line underneath, and then it comes with this little handy spoolie brush in the tip. I'm going to comb that through. And each time I make an adjustment here to my eyebrow, I'm just going to sit back and look at it to make sure it doesn't look like too much. And if it does, I'm going to comb it through and hope for the best. That's what I do. You can see that there's a big difference already. I'm not done. I'm going to do a little bit of the tail here. Is that what you call this thing? Arches? A tail? Whatever. You can see already I'm starting to look like a person who has an eyebrow here. I'm going to lightly do the other one. You know, you don't need to do a full brow. You don't need to do in here. You just need to do those empty parts. My empty part on this eyebrow is on the top. So now I'm going to comb this through because that was a little heavy. It's a little much. Good enough. We're going to see where we're at. I don't usually do makeup on camera like this, so I'm under pressure and I don't like it. I'm not very good at it. That took a little longer than it would normally take me because I'm on camera and I'm trying to make sure I don't make any big mistakes. But already you can see there's a big difference in how I look. I look a little younger, at least I think I do. I just look more symmetrical, because I draw on my brow underneath and I draw my brow above where I'm asymmetrical, and now I'm pretending to be symmetrical. This is a very long tutorial for a bare-faced look. One other thing, you need a tinted lip balm. I really like these from Burt's Bees. This one's a little more of a solid color, and this one's very translucent. But they both contain a lot of color. So I think what I'm going to do is put on this Burt's Bees It's called a gloss lip crayon in Santorini Sunrise. Ooh. Okay, so I already have a little lip balm on right now, but I'm just going to add this color because my lips are a dead color without any lip balm. You know, I just realized if I'm going to pretend I'm going to the gym here, my hair wouldn't look good at all. So I'd probably pull it back, pull my hair back, got my eyebrows on, got my lip balm on. And this is the weirdest makeup tip, but the next thing you have to do is put on earrings. I think I'm going to put on these tiny little bird earrings. I love birds. I have bird statues. I have bird dresses. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry that I love birds so much. Do you notice how much better that is? I'm just going to put a couple of these ear cuffs on because you know what? I like the way they look. I look pretty good for going to the gym. Maybe even the beach. You know, if you're going to do just one other thing more, suppose you're not going to the gym or someplace you're going to sweat, but you really only had a few minutes to put this on and you didn't talk as much as I did. The last thing I would do is put on a little cream blush, and I'm using this cream blush by Milk. It's a lip cheek tint called Work, W-E-R-K. Okay. What's great about these cream tints is they really blend into your skin. So, you know, if I had one more thing that I could do, I would do this. So you put a little bit there and you put a little on your eyelids because that makes a big difference, adding color to your face. Now, like I said, I'm not anywhere near a professional makeup artist. So my blending skills, not so good, not so good. But now I look alive. I look fresher. Who knows how fresh I am? I get weirder and weirder with each video. So that's my bare look. I guess we'll call it bare because it really is almost bare. We just have a little bit of cheek tint and some on my eyes, the lip balm and eyebrows, and the earrings. We're going to start the medium look. I'm starting with my bare face again. Notice my truly missing eyebrow now because I have shaved off the top of this one that never goes down. That's fun. I've started with my base of toner, serum, moisturizer, but I've now waited a few minutes too long and I need to moisturize again. Moisture is always good. So now I'm starting with a slightly damp face and I'm going to use a tinted moisturizer this time. I'm going to use the Paula's Choice Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense with SPF 30, which is really kind of the bare minimum that you want. I like it. It has a little bit of tint to it. It doesn't give you concealer coverage, but it does give you a little bit of evening out is what I'm trying to say. You know, you don't realize how hard it is to talk and do this stuff at the same time until you try. Okay, I'm protected. Protect your neck. Don't forget your neck. The next thing I would do would be concealer. Since we're just doing this medium daily driver look, you don't want to go full face coverage. You just really want to even things out. That moisturizer really did help. I'm going to put some concealer here, and here. Okay, now I am not a professional makeup artist. I blend with my fingers and I just tap until it blends in. Someone told me once that it will magically blend in if you just keep tapping, and I believe it. I don't use any fancy beauty blenders or sponges. I really like to even out the redness on the edges of my nose, my chin, and of course you want to brighten. If you have darkness in your eyes, you want to brighten the inner corners. I actually don't go any further than the inner corners because once I start to go out here, it really starts to set into my fine lines by the end of the day. And who needs to be reminded of those? I don't. I don't like that. In fact, I think a little bit of darkness looks natural. It looks like you're a real person and not a doll. So I never mind a little bit of darkness under my eyes. The next thing is this Maybelline color tattoo in VIP is my color. You know, you don't really think about your eyelid and how it needs a little evening out, but it is true, especially at this age where we have a lot of veins and broken capillaries. Makes a big difference for me. I think it takes off a couple years actually, to tell you the truth. And it's easy to put on because it just blends right in to my skin and it stays there all day. You know we have to put these eyebrows back on. I'm going to be a little more careful this time. Got to draw those hairs back in with my blonde Colorstay brow ink first to kind of put a layer on that's not going to budge. And I'm just going to fill in a little bit with this Benefit Goof Proof brow pencil. That's what this is. Okay, so I just fill in a little bit here. I actually don't mind my eyebrows not being perfect because I don't believe that people should look perfect. People are by nature natural and imperfect, and I think that you should always allow room for a little imperfection. So I think that looks pretty good. Tinted moisturizer, concealer, and eyebrows. Oh, and the cream eyeshadow so far. The next step would be lip pencil to define this area here that's getting a little wrinkly and this area here that needs to stand out a bit. You just need something that says, here's where my lips are. Plus, I have very asymmetrical lips and I like to even them out a little bit. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this MAC Mocha lipstick on top. I love MAC lipsticks. They're so good. They stay on for hours. And they have so much pigment in them. You really can't beat MAC. And my favorite is Mocha. I have like 4 different Mocha lipsticks. Purses, house, car, work. You need them everywhere. It's the one thing that adds color to my face, no fail. Okay, here's where my lips are. See, I don't go overboard. I don't make a big circle. Okay, then you just want to kind of dot and fill in some areas that look ridiculous. And then you can dot your lipstick on top of that. You know, I've been told that I put on lipstick like a man. And maybe I do. It's not very feminine, especially not while I talk, to just dot it on there. Because once again, do we need to look like dolls? No, we don't need to look like dolls. I actually love this blush and I hate the name of it. It's by Benefit. It's called Rockateur. Rockateur. I like it because it's a little bit shimmery. And you know, when you're over 40, you need a little bit of shine. You need to be shined up a little bit. I would definitely put some of this on here for my daily look. And here, like I have been out in the sun, even though I avoid the sun like the plague. And a little on my eyelids, because I think that is the trick that I just discovered and I can't live without now. Lastly, some simple mascara like Maybelline Great Lash. Never fails. And if I was going to do one more thing after this, it would probably be like a little bit of a warm eyeshadow color. I have this palette here that has a bunch of nice golden colors. I'm just gonna pick this brick color down here and I'm gonna lightly put this on. So, you know, if you wanna take it one step further than blush on the eyelids, so you just find a nice complementary color that is not too crazy colored, more like just kind of looks really great on your skin. And I can't say I'm the best blender. I don't own the best brushes. Just blend until you are tired of blending. That's kind of what I do. Then you would just pick some basic mascara like Maybelline Great Lash and just put it on the top in a way that is not sloppy. You don't want any dots of it on your eyelids. Yes, people can see those. So if you do that and you get a little sloppy, go and get a Q-tip. It's worth it. One might say I should have curled my eyelashes. And you know why I don't? Because this is my daily driver look. I just don't want to get too crazy. I don't want to take too long. I just want to get about my day and I want some bit of polish here. I want to look and feel pretty, but no need to get crazy. So that's basically it. And if you wanted to do one more thing, every makeup level is going to have its own little bonus step. And the bonus step for this one is if your skin is feeling a little old and crusty, you know what I'm talking about. You know, when you're just not having a good skin day and it's dry around here, you can see your creases. Take a little bit of eye cream or face cream. This is Elizabeth Arden Millennium Eye Renewal Cream. And you put a dot of that on your fingers and get it spread out. And just tap it into your cheeks and around here and a little bit on your forehead. And that will help things look a little juicier. That's a bad word. I don't like it. It'll help things look a little more glowy. That's a good word. I like that. And if that wasn't enough, sometimes our older skin needs a little help. And I have a highlighter stick here, which is like Galaxy Lumiere. And you can put this on the tops of your cheekbones up here to give yourself a little shine so that you look like you have that young person shine and glow. And you see my shiny cheekbone. It helps things look a little more fresh. Why do I keep saying the word fresh? Fresh is a weird word. Maybe I just like the word fresh. Fresh. So that's it for the medium look, the daily driver of makeup looks. Now we're going to do the makeup look that I want to call fancy. It's not heavy, it's just fancy. And for this, I went and got new things at Sephora, and I just walked in with my bare face like this. I do have on eyebrows. I don't really go out without eyebrows anymore. Eyebrows are everything. So I headed to Sephora, and I enjoyed the dancing fountains, and I avoided Anthropologie. This is already feeling expensive. I found someone to help me, and I asked her to give me the best makeup for mature skin that was still lightweight. And this is what it cost me. Not cheap. This is what I got. I got a daily lotion, foundation, and concealer. And then I went to Anthropologie. They recommended this Makeup Forever HD and Makeup Forever HD Concealer. Let's see what it does. I'm going to actually show in this video a little bit of my skin prep. So the first thing I would do is spray my toner on, and I have been using this AHA, BHA, PHA 30 Days Miracle Toner. I put it in a spray bottle because I like to evenly put it all over my face. And I like that it kind of gives my skin a little bit of a shine. And we're going to go ahead and put on this Niacinamide plus Zinc Anti-Blemish Serum by Hollywood Skincare. I'm sure that there are a million of these out there. And ever since I've been using those two things, the toner and the serum, my skin has been looking great. I can't say that I know exactly what they are doing to me, but boy, do I like it. Is that dumb? That's a little dumb, but I don't care. It makes my skin look good. The next thing I would add is this gel moisturizer. This one in particular is from Trader Joe's. But I know that Neutrogena also makes a gel moisturizer, and so does Clinique. And they're all good. But this one from Trader Joe's is so cheap. And I put this on top of everything. This locks in moisture for the day. And believe it or not, I'm not even done putting on moisturizer, because also, the thing that they gave me at Sephora is this Paula's Choice SPF 30 Tinted Moisturizer. We're going to use this with the fancy look. So we're going to dot this on, and you're going to see that this does give a little bit of coverage, the tiniest bit. I would say almost nothing. But what it does do is not leave white streaks. Hopefully I don't look like a wild raccoon. So I left my eyebrows on from the last look because I'm sure you don't need to watch me put on my eyebrows once again, so I left them on, but I took everything else off. And if I'm going to do fancy, I would put on primer. This is e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer, and you don't need much of it, but I kind of tap it all over my face, and then I rub it in. And this will give you a nice, soft surface on which to apply your makeup. And it gives you a little bit of a blur, too. So you know what? I'm going to blur my neck because I need a little help there. We're going to try this Makeup Forever, and I don't really know what shade this is in. It's not important because everybody's a different shade. Just going to use one pump, and I'm going to tap it around. No, oh, I don't want to do my cheeks. I'm just going to, yeah, I do. I'm going to do my cheeks a little bit. Okay, so not only am I going to do my whole face, I'm going to do a little bit of the sides of my neck. This is a good look. I just tap it until it goes away, like magic. And it's true, look. It's true. And that should give us a nice base to work from. I am going to add this Makeup Forever concealer, but she gave me the concealer that she thought was best for brightening my eye area here. For my nose, I'm just going to hit these red spots here, but I've already used foundation, so no need to get crazy with the concealer here. Just going to tap until it disappears. That's the rule, right? This concealer is a little bit thinner than the MAC concealer and a little more natural looking. I do like it. I like them both. If you need heavy coverage, go with the MAC. And if you need light coverage, go with the Makeup Forever. If you find that this isn't enough, you can build it later. But I always think that you should put on little bits at a time and then step back and see. Because sometimes the dark shadows are a little more natural and you don't want to go overboard. Once again, I'm going to use this Maybelline Color Tattoo Flesh Colored Cream Eyeshadow to cover all the little capillaries and veins up here that start to appear as you get older. And that's why this actually takes a couple years off of your appearance, because young people don't have as many showing capillaries and veins up here. This is definitely one of those secrets for looking younger as you age. Flesh colored cream eyeshadow, folks. And this one lasts a long time. The main difference in this fancy look from the others is I actually am going to go in with some bronzer. So I look like I've been out in the sun. This is a MAC Studio basic powder bronzer that I don't even know really where it came from. But I'm going to hit the top of my forehead, which this is actually quite the hack for these tall forehead girls like me, where it kind of visually shortens your forehead. You put a little bronzer up there. Okay, we are going to put bronzer here and down the neck. And I'm going to really try to blend it in so I don't look muddy, but I am going to bring it down here. If you're wearing white, beware. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to bring it down the neck. I think I was a little heavier on that side. Let's try that again. I did say I don't want this to be heavy, so you do have to kind of step back and make sure you're not putting too much on. And for a fancy look, you can go a little bit outside of your lip line for a little bit of a fuller look. Not too much. You don't want to get like 90s crazy with it, but just enough to add some volume. And this time I'm going to use MAC Russian Red lipstick. Love this color. So this can automatically make you look very fancy. Again, I'm just going to dot it on. So I was going to say that I could have ended there, and then my camera shut off and I didn't know it. And that's when I told you that I was going to add some thin eyeliner to the edges of my chunky eyelids. I have chunky eyelids. Some people have chunk down here. I get chunky eyelids. Some days they're super puffy, and this is the trick I use where I draw a thin line on the outer edge, and it helps the chunkiness recede a little bit. So the part you missed was me putting on the thin eyeliner. I was using a liquid eyeliner by Revlon. Very skinny little tip there. So I'm not trying to make a wing. I was just trying to darken the edges. And you have to be careful when you have asymmetrical eyelids like I do, and make sure you're stepping back every once in a while to make sure the shape matches. Because if you just follow the shape of your eyelid, you're going to end up with asymmetrical looking makeup. I'm going to throw on some General mascara. This is, of course, Maybelline Great Lash, and I think everybody has this. It's just what works best for me and my contact lenses. If you have a favorite mascara, go for it. I'm not exactly recommending any specific product, just showing my process. If this was my fancy look and I've got someplace to go, it is plenty fine. I might actually just add a little bit of a peachy eyeshadow on top of this just to blend it all together, make it look super polished. A little peach, because that's my skin tone, whatever your skin tone is. And I'm going to call that pretty much done. So what's my bonus tip here? It might not be bonus to you. This might be your everyday thing, but it's not for me. I use it for my fancy look, and that is lash curler. This is just a basic lash curler you can get from CVS or Walgreens. I probably need a new one. But, you know, you do a couple clamps of this, and it really opens up your eyes. It really does make a difference. I don't do it every day. I'm not eyelash focused like some people. But boy, it really does open up your eyes. Maybe I should do it every day. So here we are. Pretty good. You know, I think that if I was going to add anything else, it might be the highlighter. Why not? Let's just do it so we can see it. I don't know if you can see the shimmer, but it kind of looks nice if you're going to be in low light situations like a restaurant or out in the evening. I think it just adds something nice to our older skin. And that's basically it for the fancy look. Of course, you know, if you have any shine, you could always take what is left on your makeup brush and kind of dot your T-zone so that you don't end up looking dried out and crepey. But, you know, if there's nothing on your brush, you can go back in for it. I put on makeup like a heathen. Why am I so crazy? Okay, well that's it. That's it. Now let's compare our looks. A link to a lot of these products is down in the description. And I hope that you'll check some of them out and try something new. And let me know in the comments what you think. See you next time.